right now.
An attempt to ease the pain of lengthy construction projects on local businesses appears to be adding to the frustration.
Yeah, projects like those on Broadway or St. Mary's Street prompted the city council to include $400,000 for what they're calling a construction mitigation program in the budget this year. Garrett
Berger with how business owners affected by this construction are reacting to that plan.
The front entrance to the Broadway location of Augie's Alamo City Barbecue is fenced off, not to mention on a section of Broadway that's all shut down,
putting Augie's itself in danger of shutting down, according to its owner.
It's taken away 80% of our business.
A pilot program meant to help businesses like Augie's was laid out today in an Economic and Workforce Development Committee meeting. $310,000 out of its $400,000 budget revolves around marketing. The reception from Cortez and other business owners there was underwhelming at best.
This is table stakes. This should have been done. This should have been part of the project to begin with.
We need more signs to let people know that we're open. How does that make any sense at all?
Others blasted it online, like Squeezebox owner Aaron Pena, who called it a PowerPoint presentation on how to effectively waste $400K on useless expletive and completely avoid giving it to small businesses who are dying because of your construction. A city official who presented the program said they knew it wasn't intended to be for grants.
If we were to do a direct assistance program, that would need to be a larger amount, so we really sought to hone in on developing mitigation strategies to help the small businesses impacted by construction.
But it's help covering bills, not marketing, that Cortez wants.
CPS saws our taxes, maybe some kind of rent and or mortgage relief will help us stay alive until this project's complete.
And able to enjoy the finished construction.
Council members at the committee meeting said that they want to explore options for grants and other direct assistance. Meanwhile, a public works spokesman says that work on this section of Broadway is expected to last until August. But Cortez told us he's not sure his business is going to last past spring. Live at Broadway Avenue, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
All right, we'll keep following those updates. Thank you, Garrett. We now know the name of a man shot and killed on the city's northeast side Wednesday evening. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office has identified him as 19-year-old Luis Mario Garcia. We first brought you this story as breaking news at 6 Wednesday. Police say Garcia and someone in another car began shooting at each other near Roundtree Lane. When officers got there, they found Garcia lying in the street and a car crashed through a fence. Witnesses told police that a white car sped off before they got there.
The house was supposed to be vacant, but it was still full of challenges for San Antonio firefighters this morning. They were dealing with flames, smoke, collapsing walls while trying to put the fire out this morning on the city's west side. As Katrina Weber shows us, this is part of a growing trend that's causing concern.
Smoke is all that's left of what was a fiery challenge in a neighborhood off Old Highway 90. San Antonio fire crews found a small house in the 200 block of Jesse Street bursting at the seams with fire.
The rear portion of the house had the severe fire, so the walls collapsed, and all that was left is a big oven and chimney.
Firefighters managed to avoid getting hurt as they worked quickly to put out the fire. Someone nearby had noticed it and called 911 just after 6:30 this morning.
Said it was a vacant house that reportedly been used by homeless people.
People who may have been trying to warm up for the night. Instead, things got way too hot.
It could be. It was a cold night, so I would probably say so.
This is not the first fire that firefighters have seen recently in a building where no one was supposed to be. And there's a concern that next week, as the temperatures go down, the number of fires like this could go up.
A huge fire one chilly morning last month reduced the former Midnight Rodeo to rubble. Investigators found people who were living inside that shut down Northeast Side bar started that fire. Although no one was hurt there either, the fire department is worried that luck may run out. And the danger, firefighters say, doesn't only come from those without a home. Their call for fire prevention also extends to people warming their homes with space heaters. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
A woman is in critical condition after a hit-and-run crash on the far west side early this morning. This happened along the Loop 1604 access road and westbound loop around 2 a.m. Police say a woman driving south on the access road when a black car coming from Westwood crashed into her. That victim was thrown from the vehicle. The driver of the black car pulled into a parking lot, got out, and ran away. So far, no reports of any arrests.
Now the kids are out of school. Many of them will be looking for breakfast and lunch at home. Parents can stock up their pantry for the winter with the help of the San Antonio Food Bank, but those pantries may have hours of operation. There are other resources available for families who need a little help finding food as well. The nonprofit Community First has these weatherproof food pantries at nearly every Harlandale ISD campus, but also around town. The way it works, take what you need, leave what you can. Community First volunteers refill this pantry and the pantries around town every month or upon request.
By not having people sign up, you can come any hour of the day, any time of the day, and it's something that the community that you're in can really get involved in. So you're not driving across town, you can drive to the closest one near your home.
We have a link to a map of all those food pantries. Other schools and churches can request a food pantry through an online form. We also will be talking live with Eric Cooper from the San Antonio Food Bank coming up a little bit later in this show.
An unbelievable story of survival for a mother from Pleasanton. Christina Pacheco gave birth to a baby girl in October. Then just days later, she had both of her feet and hands amputated. Her husband, Jacob, spoke with our RJ Marquez about his wife's brave battle and her fight to get back to her family.
The Pacheco family welcomed their newest girl in October, but just days later, the mother Christina Pacheco got an infection that nearly took her life.
Things just started declining. Her organs started going to failure. It ended up being toxic shock syndrome, which is very rare, and it's a very high mortality rate.
Jacob says that Christina was placed on life support as doctors scrambled to save her and figure out what was going on. It ultimately led to Christina losing some of her limbs.
She had to have amputations of her hands and feet. Both hands, both feet, and it was pretty hard.
But with the love and support from her family and friends, Christina fought off the infection.
I told my wife before she started really fading, I said, you need to come back for your kids, and I need you for the kids. And
Jacob says that Christina has had several procedures, and her recovery, which will include prosthetics, will take months. But her resiliency and will to live is unmatched.
She knows she wants to get home to her babies. She misses them so much, but she's so strong. She's keeping positive just because she wants to get home to her family.
Since word spread of Christina's battle, the Pleasanton community, family, and friends have come together to help in any way possible.
Amazing support from my parents, her parents, my brother, my brother-in-law, his wife, and my sister-in-law. There is a light at the end of the tunnel where it wasn't there at the beginning.
And Christina's recovery will continue here at Methodist Hospital for about the next 3 weeks. The Pleasanton community is holding a barbecue sale and fundraiser on January 14th at St. Andrew's Church, with all proceeds going directly to the Pacheco family. RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
Christina, if you're watching, we are rooting you on.
Absolutely. Wishing you all the best.
Yeah, let's check out traffic right now. This is 281 at Sprucewood, and you can see traffic is very heavy in both directions, and, really no major traffic tie-ups to tell you about right now. That's the good news. But you can see 281 at Sprucewood, both directions very heavy at this hour. Well, a San Antonio nonprofit is hoping to make the holidays a little better for some local children. This morning, Zapatos started sorting through all the shoes collected from the Share the Shoes campaign. More than 2,000 pairs of shoes and socks collected through the donation drive. Zapatos interim director tells us she is happy to give a new pair of shoes to children who really need them.
They're very happy. I mean, we see shoes wearing Crocs with socks because they don't, or taped up shoes. And so it's wonderful for them to get real shoes, nice shoes.
Along with the San Antonio Police Department, Zapatos collects shoes all year round. If you would like to donate a pair of shoes, just go to their website, zapatosinc.org.
One of the largest Martin Luther King marches in the entire country, the one right here in San Antonio, has a date set for 2023, and it is back in person for the first time since the pandemic began. The theme of the 36th annual event is Together We Can Be the Dream. That was announced today by the MLK Commission. The theme was selected from more than 220 submissions and was created by Chandra Hopking-Loshi. The march is set for January 16th.
Let's check out weather right now. And yes, we have temperatures going down, but there's also another unusual occurrence that some people are reporting today.
Yeah, and I don't think as many people felt it today as we did a few weeks ago, but there was an earthquake in West Texas, and sometimes we can feel a subtle rumble from those earthquakes if they're big enough. And I do think this one was big enough that some of you may have noticed just a brief random rattle around 5:35 p.m., so less than an hour ago. But the details on this earthquake, it was just about a dozen miles north of Midland, a magnitude 5.3, which of course will be reviewed very soon, and I'll have an update, let you know the details, at a depth of about 3.1 miles. And as I mentioned, yeah, you could have felt it a little bit ago here in San Antonio, but nothing to be alarmed about around here. Right now in Midland, 40 degrees, 51 here in San Antonio, but in the Panhandle, Amarillo already at 32, Lubbock 36 degrees. That's where the colder air resides right now. 57 in Hondo. Seguin, you're 51 degrees. And right now, Canyon Lake, 48. Temperatures falling through the 40s this evening. Feeling the chill out there, a bit breezy as well. A northeasterly wind up to 15 miles per hour. 40s all evening. Can't rule out a stray sprinkle, but the real rain arrives early next week. We're going to talk about that, show you the futurecast, and of course, the strong cold front, strongest one yet this year, arrives next week. We'll time it out for you. Talk the details in just a bit, Myra.
All right, thanks. We'll see you then, madam. Her start in nursing was a lonely place for a Latina 50 years ago. Well, today, she is considered a living legend. How a local woman climbed out of poverty to the top of her field, and now she's helping others. Next.
Welcome back. I'm Stefania Jimenez, and here's what we're working on for you tonight on the Night Beat. A potentially dangerous situation with little to no warning.
I asked the question, am I having a heart attack? Because I really never was unconscious. And they said, yes, you are.
Unfortunately, this is the season for heart attacks. We're going to talk about what makes this time of year so harmful, the signs to look out for, and how long you should wait before you head to the hospital. Also, working to wipe out a major waste problem, the city of San Antonio is putting more resources towards illegal dumping. We're going to take you inside the growing efforts to take out the trash around town. We'll see you for these stories and a lot more tonight on the Night Beat.
Thanks, Stefania. A lesson in giving added to the UT Health San Antonio nursing program. It is thanks to a woman who has broken so many barriers that she is considered a national treasure. It's true, especially in the Latino community, where Professor Emeritus Norma Martinez-Rogers is at the helm of steering those who follow her. Ursula Perry with her inspiring story, 50 years in the making.
Norma Martinez-Rogers grew up in the projects of Dallas. She didn't speak English till 3rd grade, but she did have one thing. She wanted to go to college.
And I had a drive. I knew that I did not want to be poor. And I wanted to get educated. You have to have that dream, not a fantasy, a dream that you can make a reality.
Today, she's Professor Emeritus and the recipient of the highest honor awarded to a nurse in the country, the Living Legend Award. She's only the second Latina to ever win it.
I graduated, I got my bachelor's at Incarnate Word College, and there were only 3 of us Latinos at that time. But when I got my PhD at University of Texas in Austin in 1995, I was the only Latina on stage.
Her work to encourage and mentor Hispanic nursing students to enroll and help them to actually finish, despite the economic hardships they may face, has been her mission ever since.
Because there's so few of us Latino nurse faculty, there's no one that you could really relate to. There's no one that looks like you.
Norma's brainchild, Juntos Podemos, has had a big impact changing that. It reaches out to first-generation Hispanic nursing students, but also to high school students interested in healthcare, and it nurtures their dream, creates a pipeline to get to a graduation by linking them up to those who've already gone through these milestones. She says it's an obligation to help. Her motto, in order to receive, you must first give. Ursula Perry, KSAT 12 News.
Let's take a look outside with Sky 12 flying high above Travis Park, the ice skating rink that is out there. We've had a couple of, 70-degree plus days to go ice skating. This is not one of those days. This would be a good evening to be out on the ice.
And Adam, I'm glad you mentioned that earthquake because I just had somebody text me. Was there an earthquake today? Because Fiesta metals shook at my house.
You would hear those too if they're hanging. They cling and clang a lot. Yeah, so some people felt that subtle shake, and it was brief around 5:35 p.m. It's just another West Texas earthquake, and because our ground is really interconnected, you know, there's hard rock beneath us here in Texas. If it shakes even a bit over here, you're going to feel it over there.
Yeah.
Whereas on the West Coast, it's like this. You know, it's not as interconnected, so you don't feel it.
First one looks like one of your
dance.
old dance moves. Yeah.
Hey, you know, I do what I can.
Yeah.
Let's get you ready for the weekend. Tomorrow we'll start the day cloudy at 42, then 56 and sunny by the afternoon. Sunday, similar temperatures, 35 in the morning, but 54 in the afternoon and a fairly gray day. Look how our mornings change by this time next week. Friday morning, 22 degrees. Our first freeze in San Antonio is going to be a hard freeze by Friday morning. This time next week, we're going to be wearing our jackets and parkas. Let's take a look at the overall pattern and talk about it. Now, this is the nationwide, and the blue and pink indicate the cooler temperatures out there, directly related to the upper level wind pattern. We've got this big counterclockwise circulation, upper level low, the opposite of the big blue H. And when these drop southward, they pull the cold air with them. So this one, yes, it brought some cooler air down into the lower 48 from Canada, but not Arctic air, not bitterly cold air. I mean, 20s and 30s up north, even some teens. Not the real bitterly cold. But that cold air is brewing in Siberia, where it often does. And right now, Yakutsk is 56 below 0 Fahrenheit. This cold Siberian air often comes right across the North Pole, and that's going to be happening, and then plunges into the Northwest Territories of Canada. That'll be Monday, Tuesday, dropping southward, and we'll get clipped by the cold front by Thursday of next week. The core of the cold air, that's going to stay to the north of us, but we'll get clipped enough, and it's a cold enough air mass where we're going to notice it, and it's going to bring us our first freeze by next Friday morning. And stick around even into Sunday. See this trophy weather pattern? These dips in the upper level flow just reinforces that cold air. Whereas, just a little learning moment here, the opposite, where you have the upper level high, right? The clockwise circulation. Warmer temperatures. So California and the West Coast will actually be a little above average. Anyway, we will warm up then, I think, the day after Christmas. But let's talk about our afternoon high temperature trend. This weekend through Thursday of next, or through Wednesday of next week, I should say, will be in the 50s. Those are the afternoon highs. By Friday, we drop down to 41. That's the warmest it's going to be by this time next week. So most of the day next Friday will be spent in the 30s, right? Feeling the chill then. And again, that's going to stick around through Christmas Day. Then we'll warm up. Here's the big picture. Clouds streaming in from the west, a weak disturbance in our atmosphere. Not going to see much rain out of that. Maybe a sprinkle or two. We're watching this little swirl right here, counterclockwise swirl. That's an upper level low. That's Monday's energy that's headed our way. And I think this is a promising rain chance, at least for some rain. Not a good soaking drought denter or drought buster, but better than nothing. Monday morning for the commute, anticipate areas of rain, especially along and east of I-35. A few embedded heavier showers possible. And where we do see some heavier showers, we could get up to a ½ an inch in some of the luckiest areas, but don't count on it. Okay, don't be expecting that. By the afternoon, it starts to taper off and move out of here, and then we'll clear out Monday night. So that's our next and only chance of rain. Yes, I know a few sprinkles tonight, but it doesn't really count. It's not even going to make the ground wet. Monday, 60%, so pretty good coverage across our area. And again, that's especially along and east of I-35. Otherwise, we're looking dry, and with that next cold front, I think it's going to be a dry frontal passage. Temperatures maybe briefly hitting 60 at noon next Thursday, then falling down into the 40s, and then look at Friday morning down to 22. Friday afternoon, despite sunshine, looking like the lower 40s. So get ready for the chill.
Yeah, looks like it. Thanks, Adam.
All right, Greg, I'm just going to be honest here. I don't think the best team won today. I think UTSA is a better team, but
self-inflicted wounds there, and that's 5 turnovers. That will do it to you. And remember, they were up 12-0 at one point in this game and gave up 18 straight points. When we come back, we'll show you how the Roadrunners still have something to accomplish here, and that's get their first ever bowl win. And Bernie is in the state finals. Do they get the championship? Coming up. After another very Very successful season for Frank Harris and the Roadrunners. The back-to-back Conference USA champions have one last chance to make history for UTSA by winning their first ever bowl game this afternoon against the Troy Trojans in the Duluth Trading Cure Bowl. The Roadrunners have the Trojans backed up to their 7-yard line when the center snaps the ball when the quarterback isn't looking, and the miscommunication results in a safety to 2-0 UTSA lead. Second quarter, second and goal for UTSA. Frank Harris standing tall in the pocket, fires to Zachary Franklin in the end zone. It's a 9-0 lead just like that. UTSA had a field goal to get out to a 12-point edge. But just for the half, Troy's Kamani Vidal powers his way in for the 2-yard score, and it's 12-7 UTSA going into the third. UTSA inside the Troy 10-yard line, the shot to extend their lead, but Frank Harris throws his second interception of the day. The Roadrunners turned the ball over 5 times today. KJ Robertson is returning this 61 yards to the 37 of UTSA. The Trojans would take the lead when Gunnar Watson finds Rajay Johnson in the end zone. They would go for 2, and now UTSA is down 15-12. Fourth quarter now, UTSA down 6. It's 4th and goal from the Troy 3-yard line. Harris lofts it up for Zachary Franklin in the back corner of the end zone. Incomplete. Franklin also takes out our own Larry Ramirez in the process. Larry, by the way, is okay, but UTSA gave up 18 straight points, and they fall 18-12.
It's always rough when you lose a game like that, when it come down to the last plays. Towards the end of the game, time is running down. We just got to find a way. You know, and Troy found a way to make a stop, and so hats off to those guys. You know, but as an offensive group and an offensive unit, we got to do a better job of executing when we get in those red zones situations.
All right, our last hope now, UIW, and they have taken the lead in Fargo 7-0. The Bernie Greyhounds take the field at AT&T Stadium for the first time in program history, ready to face reigning state champs China Spring in the Class 4A Division I championship game. Bernie strikes first in the first quarter here. Quarterback Jackson Bays pass deflects right to his brother Brayton Bays. He's gone 79 yards to the house. Greyhounds up 7-0 on the ensuing drive. China Spring looking to answer back, but this pass is intercepted by Brendan Levada. Greyhounds take it over at midfield, and they would capitalize on that. This time Jackson lobs it over to Brayton in the end zone, makes a juggling grab for the 16-yard score. Bernie opens up a 21-0 lead as they head into halftime, now 21-7, but China Spring comes back to tie the game, then deliver the game-winning 20-yard field goal with no time on the clock from Thomas Barr, and the Greyhounds fall 24-21. Now, earlier in the morning, Wimberley put their undefeated record on the line against 15-0 Carthage in the Class 4A Division II state championship. Bulldogs opened things up early in the first quarter. Connor Cuff, by the way, hits Noah Patty in stride for the 82-yard touchdown, his second TD of the game. Carthage leads 21-0 after 1 quarter of play. Second quarter, Wimberley trying to get something going. Quarterback Cody Stover here goes deep for True Couch, who makes a grab, fights for extra yardage, but loses the ball as he's going down. Carthage recovers, probably turns that into a touchdown. Bulldogs lead 35-0 at halftime. The final from AT&T Stadium, 42-0 Carthage.
I couldn't have asked for a better season. I mean, it didn't end the way that we wanted to, but I had so much fun just playing with my brothers, and it was awesome.
Really super proud of them and the growth that we've had this year from the start of the season till now to be able to finish it up here. So it's pretty awesome.
All right, so we're holding out hope for a UIW victory and a chance to play for a national championship.
Yeah, go Cardinals.
You got it.
Yeah.
And Larry's all right.
He says he is.
Larry
We're going to have him
Ramirez.
checked out.
He looked a little. He was.
Oh no, he was favoring it definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Knocked down on the sideline. All right. Our KSAT Q&A is coming up next.